My passion project is how oil affects the environment. What is oil? To know what oil is, we have to know where it comes from. Petroleum. Petroleum is a liquid mixture of hydrocarbons that is present in certain rock strata and that can be extracted and refined to produce fuels such as oil. Petroleum is thought to be created from the fossils of plants and tiny marine organisms. How we use oil in everyday life. These are just a few. Fuel, clothing, ink, heart valves, crayons, parachutes, telephones, antiseptics, deodorant, rubbing oil, alcohol, carpets, hearing aids, eyeglasses, helmets, pillows, toothpaste, contacts, shampoo, glue, candles, credit cards, shoes, footballs, combs, tents, dentures, toilet seats, etc., etc. Pollution. What does it have to do with oil? The different types of pollution are air, water, soil, noise, radioactive, light, thermal, and visual pollution. Oil that is spilled into any water is a form of pollution and is killing the environment. An oil spill, by definition, is an accidental release of oil into a body of water, as from a tanker, offshore drilling rig, or underwater pipeline, often presenting a hazard to marine life and the environment. Oil spills on land. Land spills are way rarer than oil spills in waterways, but they can still happen. As spilled oil on land prevents water absorption by the soil, spills on agricultural locations or grasslands have the effect of choking off plant life. Berms and trenches can be used to try and clean the oil. Famous spills. Major oil spill, Deepwater Horizon or the BP spill. Deepwater Horizon was a deep water offshore drilling rig that was leased by BP, and when the blowout preventer failed, there was an explosion that spilled 60,000 barrels, or 24 million gallons of oil. This spill is still being cleaned up today. Over 2 million animals were killed as a result of this devastating spill, and 11 BP workers also lost their lives in the chaos of the explosion. Oil spills in Illinois. Here in Plainfield, this derailed train spilled 30,000 gallons of oil. So, even if you live all the way in Illinois, where there are no oceans and oil can't affect you, there is still a chance that oil could spill. This was just last summer, and 30 federal, state, local, and private agencies were needed for the cleanup. How do you clean up a major spill? Boomers and skimmers. Booms, or boomers, contain the oil spill, so the skimmers can collect it. Booms are floating barriers that are placed where the oil has been spilled. Skimmers are basically vacuums for the oil. Leave the oil alone. Some scientists argue that the oil will disperse naturally and that you should leave it alone, and also because the cleanup could further harm the environment. I was thinking about inventing a device that could clean up the oil, but since it could further harm the environment, I did not follow through with this plan. Animals and ocean life. Oil and animals. This quote is basically saying that when an animal accidentally swims into an oil spill, the animal is unable to keep regular body temperature, and that causes the animal to ingest the poisonous substance or oil. Animal cleanup from oil. We have all seen the commercial where volunteers are cleaning up a bird that is covered in oil by using Dawn soap and water. But did you know this is actually a way to clean up animals? The animals are warmed, fed, hydrated, and rested for a period of around 48 hours before they are washed in a series of tubs filled with a mixture of diluted cleaning agent and softened hot water. Coral reefs and oil. They don't mix. Oil has great effects on the animals, but it also has devastating effects on the ocean itself. Oil pollutes its waters and destroys its coral reefs. According to National Geographic, it states, coral reef ecosystems not only face threats from oil pollution directly, but indirectly as well. According to data published by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration in 2015, sea surface temperatures have increased throughout the 20th century and continue to rise. Basically, when the water temperature rises, the coral ejects a special algae and cannot meet their nutritional needs. Cleanup of oil spills. Pros and cons. Pros. It will make the area more visually attractive, and it provides provides jobs. Cons. May be more harmful than helpful in terms of recovery. It costs money. To clean up the Gulf of Mexico, it took $12.5 million. Takes time. For the cleanup of Deepwater Horizon, it took over 3 years and counting. And it takes a lot of manpower. What can we do? Conserve water, use organic fertilizers and pesticides, and don't throw your garbage in waterways. Also, support laws against spills, and if you see wildlife in oil, tell someone. Fun facts. 1.3 million gallons of oil spilled yearly, and a major spill could easily double this amount. Did you know the Earth has 326 million trillion gallons of water in it, but less than 3% is fresh water, and 2/3 of that is frozen in glaciers or underground. So, when oil is spilled in fresh water, we are losing precious agua. 93 million gallons of oil used daily worldwide. However, 1 quart of oil can contaminate up to 250,000 gallons of drinking water. To produce fuel, it takes about 1 to 2.5 gallons of water for every gallon of product. Thus, the United States, which refines nearly 800 million gallons of petroleum products per day, consumes about 1 to 2 billion gallons of water each day for fuel production. That's all, folks. Thanks for watching.